Hello dearie, how are you doing? I hope you're doing wonderfully well. So in today's video, I want to share with you some tips that you can use to pass your interview easily, okay? Yes, I am always more concerned about how you go through your interview, how you answer your questions than the questions itself, because the truth is you are never going to know. You will never know the question they will ask you until you get into that interview room, until you are seated in front of the panelists. Okay, I can give you all the interview questions in this world to help you prepare. So the interview questions, that videos on interview questions and all, are good to help you prepare, but nobody can tell you that you, Adra Mansa, when you enter this interview room, they will ask you A, B, and C. But there are ways to pass your interview easily, even if you are not aware of the type of the questions that you are going to be asked. Okay, back in our days, nobody taught me interview questions. So but I passed one of my interviews and I got in school, and it's based on those things that I share what I share with you guys on this channel. Okay, so let's dive right in so that you know what to do when some things happen to you in that room that you will be entering. Okay, the basic thing that you should get in your head, okay, is that you need confidence. Confidence in your interview can never be overemphasized. Okay, you should be able to express yourself, and you can only express yourself if you are confident enough, if you believe in yourself enough to express yourself. If you are scared, fear will cripple you. So that is why you watch videos, to help you prepare, so that when you get there, you have some level of boosts. Okay, what boost one I would say, prepared for anything. So just get it at the back of your mind that confidence is key to passing your interview. Okay, I'll use one experience to guide you on how to answer your interview questions, but it all boils down to confidence. If you are not confident enough, even then some of the answers will escape you. So first off, confidence. It cannot be overemphasized. Number two, be aware of the types of questions that you will be asked. Okay, we have different types of interview questions, and the panelists can just come from any angle. But the ones that I want you to be aware of are: number one, personality assessment questions. These type of questions are just trying to know you. Okay, they just want to know you. So questions like, tell us about yourself, or what are your weaknesses, what do you think are your strengths, where do you want to be in the next 5 years. Those questions are just assessing your personality. They just want to know the type of person you are. So a question like, tell me about yourself, is already an icebreaker. You should be able to talk about yourself. Okay, you should have plans for the future. So they want to know the kind of person you are. Are you enthusiastic? Are you someone who plans ahead? What do you think? What is your general overview over life? And this one, there is no right answer to it. Okay, it's you, it's the person seated in front, and that is what will differentiate you from the next person that will come in and sit on that chair. Okay, because every human being is unique in their own way. So they want to see your uniqueness. They want to see what makes you excited in life. They want to see why you want to be a nurse. So if they ask you questions like that, be bold and talk. Like, talk about yourself. Talk about your dreams, your aspirations, your goals. Where do you want to be? What do you want out of life? You cannot go wrong with personality assessment questions. I have interacted with some of you, and I see that some of you are holding back. You think that some of your stories will negate you or go against you. No, if you have compelling stories, share it. Okay, share your compelling stories. Don't go there and sit there and be telling sub stories like, and I'm mommy we and I'm papa we and like trying to get their empathy or their sympathy so that they will admit you out of sympathy. That is not what I'm talking about. Okay, even if that is your situation, talk about the wins. So when even though my parents died, we did this, we did that, and so I'm very interested in nursing. Like, talk about yourself. Like, your mouth has a chance now, grab it, just grab it. and express yourself. Okay, all right. Number two, we also have opinion-based questions. Okay, not every question they are going to ask you in the interview room is requiring a correct answer or has a correct answer and a wrong answer. Sometimes they just want to know your opinion. Okay, they just want to know your opinion about something. So, and your question behind now, like I said, name, who name saying they're asking you, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? For example, in this chat on my Telegram group, this guy was sharing that some of the questions that almost made me cry. Number two, do you think nursing colleges should be free? If yes, why? If no, why? This is an opinion-based question. Why do you think nursing should be free? Nursing school should be free? If yes, why? If no, it may surprise you that they will ask you such a question, but gather your thoughts and then you share your opinion. There is no right answer, there is no wrong answer. If you think nursing school should be free, you say, oh yeah, I believe nursing school should be free. Why? In my opinion, if nursing trainings are free, if nursing training is free, then the government can bond the nurses. They can have a contract with the nurses that are being trained for free, so that after their service, they can serve the country for a number of years, so that you not finish school and go out of the country, like we are seeing of late, where nurses are leaving the country and there are vacancies in the hospitals. So if nursing schools are free, then you train nurses, you go to you come out, you are obliged to work, and so the government will always have people to work in the hospitals, in the chief zones and all, and not have shortage of staff. So I think nursing school should be free. Or you don't think nursing school should be free because why? Oh, in my opinion, I don't think nursing school should be free because then the government may put you in a contract that you can't get yourself out of. You may be required to work for a number of years before you can either leave the country or move into a different career. It's not that I don't like to work in Ghana, but I want to have that freedom to be able to move to a different country if I so choose to, and not be under contract. So I don't think nursing training should be free. It should just be like any other tertiary, so that when you graduate, you decide what to do with yourself. It's an opinion. You've shared it. There's no right or wrong answer. Okay? So beware of opinion-based questions. When the question starts with what do you think? How do you feel? What is your opinion? Those are opinion-based questions. Okay, so share your opinion. There is no right or wrong answer. Another type of question that they can ask you are technical questions, like questions to see if you understand the field you are entering, if you understand the type of nursing field you are trying to enter. We have three types of basic nursing in the country. We have public health nursing, we have general nursing, we have mental health nursing. So if you're applying for a public health nursing program, your job is mostly preventive care. So if you are talking about the hospital, yes, preventive nurses work in the hospital, but our job, majority of our work is in the community, it's with the people, it's with the population. Okay, so if you are talking about the hospital and to take care of the sick and to nurse them to health, we don't really take care of sick people. Like in public health nursing, your people are not really sick. Okay, we are protecting their health, we are promoting health. So technical questions are there to see if you, Adwamansa, seated in front of us, applying for general nursing, do you know what general nursing actually entails? Do you know what general nurses do? Akosia Mansa, seated in front of us, applying for mental health nursing. Do you know what mental health nursing is? Do you know what they do? Do you know their clientele? Do you know what the job entails? So technical questions are there to see if you really know what you are getting yourself into. So if you are not able to answer those questions, then it may go against you, because as a ubaya keke. So when you're tailoring your answers to questions like why do you want to be a nurse? Why do you want to be a nurse can be a personality assessment question, but it can also be a technical question, because here you are going to talk about your motivation for trying to be the type of nurse or midwife that you want to be. You are trying to be a midwife. You are a midwifery applicant, and you are talking about nursing people in the hospital, giving people who are sick, you take care of them. Meanwhile, a midwife, you are taking care of pregnant women, you are delivering babies. So what are you talking about? So be mindful of those ones. Questions like, what do you think are the qualities of a nurse? Tailor it towards the type of nursing field that you are going. Just a simple Google. What are the qualities of a public health nurse? What are the qualities of a midwife? Like those things, okay? So that you tailor it towards the type of nursing you are applying for. Then we also have brain teasers. Brain teasers are like trying to see if you can think fast on your feet, okay? So that is where they can ask you questions like, how can you relate your SHS course to nursing or midwifery? How is elective maths going to benefit you in nursing? You know, how is geography going to benefit you in nursing? Such questions are just trying to see if you can think fast on your feet and respond. Then of course we have the current affairs and all of that. In my video on 30 nursing interview questions and answers, I'll link it at the end of this video. I took a different approach to the questions, but when you watch that video, you see that all they like a shame war. It's like a share war. That is what I'm trying to say. The third tip I want to share with you is that sometimes you may not know the answer to the question, okay? And in one video, I talked about how to handle questions that you don't know the answer to. I'll link it at the end. But some questions you may have some idea about, that question. For example, from this same chat in my Telegram group, the question 3 says, is blood a cell or a tissue? Me cry when I saw this question. I was like, is blood a cell or a tissue? But off the top of my head, I know that blood consists of cells, okay, because at least I've heard of red blood cells, I've heard of white blood cells, and I know we also have plasma. I also know that tissues are cells of the same type. These are the ways I'll answer it to. Okay, thank you for that question. For blood being a cell or a tissue, I'm not so sure about it, but I know. So then, but I know, no, then you are coming to share your knowledge. But I know that blood has cells. It has the red blood cells and the white blood cells, and then it also has the plasma. And I also know that the same types of cells forms a tissue. And since blood is having two different types of cells, I'm not sure that makes it a tissue. And it doesn't also make it a cell because it's not having just one cell. So I'm not sure blood is a tissue, neither is it a cell. It can be a different thing. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so you don't know what blood is, but you know something about it. I hope that makes sense. And if you are wondering, blood is a fluid. Okay, blood is a fluid because it contains cells and plasma. Plasma is the white clear fluid that comes out after you had a cut. All right, so if you don't know the correct answer, you can just share your knowledge, maybe previous knowledge on that thing. For example, again, the fourth question this guy stated, who is the Minister of Health and Minister of Education? Me, for years now, I've known Dr. Ajimamenu as the Minister for Health. But I learned recently there is a reshuffle and the new guy is Bekwe something. But if I don't know the name of the new guy, I can say, oh, I know the Minister for Health used to be Dr. Ajimamenu, Honorable Ajimamenu. But I learned recently they've been reshuffled, and I really cannot tell who the new Minister of Health is. But I know it used to be Honorable Ajimamenu. You've been able, like the fact that you even have the confidence to say something, you know, along the lines. It means you are up to date, kakra. Even you even know up to the point that there was a reshuffle. It's just that you don't know the name of the new guy. Okay. Men call interview. Don't go inside the interview room and be scared and get lockjaws and not be able to talk. Share knowledge, apply knowledge, share knowledge, previous knowledge, whatever knowledge. Share your opinion. Be confident to talk. He said these questions almost made him cry. Oh, eh? He said these questions almost made him cry. What is the main news item today? Maybe you didn't listen to the news that day. Okay, you were so busy. As a man on radio, so in the car when you were going that morning, you didn't pay attention because you were looking for ministers of state, MPs, and all of that on your paper. So you were not paying attention. You can say I actually like listening to the news, but today I have not been able to listen or read any news item today because I'm focused on the interview. I just want to get here on time and not be late and make sure I'm fully prepared. So I didn't really listen to the news or read any news item today. Now call baby. Or you maybe there was a major news the previous day. Oh, I didn't listen to the news today, but I'm sure it can still be on what happened yesterday on the news where they were talking about flooding situation in this community. So still sharing some information about the question. The interview is easy actually. If you are confident enough and can actually express yourself, interview is very easy now. What the interviewers hate is that they will ask you a question. Now, what to talk about? So if you are yet to go for an interview, I hope this helps whilst you prepare and find answers to the questions that you are aware of. You still have to find answers to the questions that you've heard of, that you are aware of, because you may be asked. And all these preparations will also help boost your confidence so that when you get there, you're able to express yourself. I wish you all the best in your interview, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.